those who stayed, those who never returned.
这个就是他们现在临时训练的一个武术馆。看这些小孩子们对这些功夫这么的热爱，而且他们特别喜欢看我们的中国的功夫片，成龙、李小龙都是他们心中的偶像。
刘建宏 ，the prototype for Jimmy。In the animated series, Shan Mao and Jimmy came to Kenya with the goal of opening a kung fu club. Changsha and Kenya are thousands of miles apart. Opening a kung fu club entails finding a venue, coaches, and students. Jimmy had never been to Kenya before. Where should she start? Luckily, she had Candy. Candy had worked and lived in Africa for 24 years. She knew the place very well. She helped find this martial arts school and these people.
刘总，这个就是那个肯尼亚武术协会主席。
Nice to see you.
对，刘总的公司他们是来自长沙，
就是把我们的第一家功夫沙漠功夫的武馆，通过和 Kenema 的合作，在这里落地。功夫我们学了不是去打人，是为了怎么样保护自己，也保护自己想保护的人。所以更重要的也可以帮助孩子们来强身健体。三宝，我跟你分享一下，现在我们正在这个武术学校这里，然后给你物色了一个很好的助理，他是少林寺学过功夫。温阳光，加油！感谢这个。阳光，来，请来下。这个，这个就是我们沙漠功夫的创始人吴辉先生，从6岁开始学功夫。这个温阳光，他在中国的少林寺学了3年的功夫，他懂英文，又懂功夫，然后又懂中文，所以给你寻找了一个很好的一个助理。你要在现场，你就可开心了，又不怕语言不通。你用功夫也可以打通这个语言的障碍。吴老师。
Wu Hui is the inspiration for Shan Mao in animated series Shan Mao and Jimmy. She's a kung fu master, and he has created a unique set of moves based on animal forms.
山猫功夫，出招必胜。
有很多拳都是你说猴拳。猴拳，这螳螂拳，是吧？它有一个基本动作。山猫拳呢，模仿，其实也是一个模仿山猫。在捕猎的时候，
我非常开心，今天在这里看到各位精彩的表演。
Yeah, you know that China Kung Fu, they have they speak Chinese language. So when you see the movie, you also can learn in Chinese, like your teacher.
After finalizing the head coach and training venue, Jimmy was invited to the home of Gabriel, founder of the martial arts school.
This my home?
This is your home.
Yeah, I stay here.
Korea used to be a bus driver, but after meeting a Chinese working on a Kenya project and learning Kung Fu from him, Chinese Kung Fu became central to Korea's life.
I say I love Kung Fu. And I started teaching children voluntarily. We never had money, or we don't have money. No one pay us to do this Kung Fu. So we just do it freely. This, my son, my children, they encourage me to do this Kung Fu. Why? Whenever I teach them, they start showing me this is something good. It may be even in our family. It is healthy, it keeps discipline.
没想到这一次我来内罗毕，碰到这么对功夫执爱25年的这么一个人。我们成立这个武馆之后，我们更大的愿望是什么？希望第一个能够帮助这些孩子们强身健体，也帮助这些老师们能够改善他们的这种经济，改善他们的生活。
So we fight together, work together, and looking forward to very beautiful future.
Yes.
Okay.
We can make it together.
Okay. Okay.
Africa is a continent with a very young population. As the economy grows, TV sets and internet devices are now commonplace in African families. This has created a huge demand for animated series. Years ago, Shenmao and Jimmy, a veteran animation producer in Hunan, saw this opportunity.
我们走入非洲之前，我们的所有的系列功夫动画片也入选了“一带一路”影视小工程，以及帮我们翻译了。非洲人喜欢的语言是瓦西语、哈萨语，是我们走进去没有语言障碍。
With Candy's help, the Shenmao series has been broadcast in over 30 African countries. It's funny and wise little stories which show the resilient spirit of Kung Fu have captivated local children and parents alike.
Yeah, good. I love summer.
这沙漠功夫出招必胜，代表的是一种精神，一种孜孜不倦追求的精神，一种坚强的一种精神。
Today, Jimmy's main goal for this trip to Kenya was finally achieved.
沙漠功夫国际俱乐部这成了非洲人民了解中国的一个窗口。
The SMKF Kung Fu International Club is established.
我们想走到哪个国家的时候，应该更多的是考虑这个国家以这个国家喜欢的方式、喜欢的语言形式、喜欢的这种风格去传播我们的文化。文化事业和文化产业是两个维度。那么产业它是一定有东西落地的，那么就是延伸出来，就是比如说我们3面精美的书包啊、适合用度啊这些东西，这些周边产品就会走入千家万户。
A place cannot produce poems. It can only not prevent them. And Freetown is good at that, for Freetown has its own sudden elegances. People are slow to leave it, quick to return. And there are others who come for a year or two and stay for a lifetime, sensing that they found a city that is in the world, yet sufficiently on the edge of it to have a different resonance.
Let me tell you something about this city. All of us, we're all just passing through, and we've all been here forever.
Those who came, those who stayed, those who never returned. Tides turn, seasons change, we've waited and we've watched. But we've always been here. We've always listened, because there is a different resonance here. It comes from the river, and the land, and the sky.
It's our place, all of us.
This city belongs to everyone.
And you know when it's your time.
And it's our time.
Listen, we are Freetown.
The golden rules of Freetown.
Don't pretend you're something that you're not.
Don't go thinking you're better than anyone else,
or that anyone else is better than you.
Don't shout about it. Get on with it.
We are Freetown.
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 Yeah.
We found our voice again.
I'm from India and Freetown.
I'm from China and Freetown.
I'm from the UK and Freetown.
I am from Nigeria and Freetown.
I am from home and Freetown.
This is SLBC News Hour live from Broadcasting House in New Englandville. I am Cecilia Ali Sise. Your top stories this morning. SLIA announces heavy talk restriction on Old Railway Line Bridge, following SLBC report on the poor state of the facility. Reports the National Commission for Democracy calls for a more independent legislature and credible media landscape. And Magistrate Mustafa Baimaja commits to High Court a Nigerian national on drug charges. This report and more plus sport and entertainment are lined up in this edition of the News Studios. The Sierra Leone Roads Authority, SLIA, has restricted the movement of heavy vehicles on the old railway line bridge in Brookfields. In a public notice, SLIA stated that the facility, which already has been in a dilapidated state, has deteriorated significantly, prompting immediate safety measures. Mohammed Lamin Toure visited the scene to assess the situation.
We are here at the old railway line with what you can see now. The bridge has been temporarily closed by the Sierra Leone Roads Authority. This is as a result of the said notice that was out in order to restrict heavy vehicles that are using the said route. And it's because to ensure that prevention is better, because what they are trying to do, they are trying to see how best they can put things in place to ensure that the said bridge is being repaired as soon as possible. But for now, ongoing now is restriction process to ensure that only said vehicles on the said press release will have access to this work.
In the heart of Brookfields, the old railway line bridge, once a dependable structure for daily transport, now stands in alarming disrepair. Built in the mid-20th century to support growing urban traffic, the bridge has suffered decades of wear without major rehabilitation. Its foundation is visibly compromised, with one end hanging over stagnant water and debris exposing rusted reinforcement and fractured concrete. The Sierra Leone Authority (SLRA) has responded with swift action. In a public statement, they announced that only cars and light vans weighing under 4 tons are permitted to cross. Heavy trucks and buses, which have long relied on these routes to transport goods, construction materials, and essential supplies, are now strictly prohibited. To enforce the restriction, SLRA has installed physical barricades at both ends of the bridge. Engineers are currently conducting structural assessments, and plans are on the way to fit the bridge to restore full vehicular access.
So currently we are in conversation with our financiers, the Ministry of Finance as well as the RMFA, and then we are sure pretty soon we can retrofit this bridge.
The nearby St. John bypass, which could serve as an alternative, is also restricted for heavy trucks, and buses are only permitted during specific hours. The lack of a designated alternative route for heavy vehicles has raised concerns among logistical operators and commercial drivers. Many are calling for a clear guidance and temporary relief measures to ease the burden while the bridge undergoes repairs. The SLRA maintained that the restriction is temporary and necessary to ensure public safety. Mohammed Lamin Toure, SLBC, Freetown.
Now to something good, also on a bridge. The overhead bridge at Dre in the eastern part of Freetown has significantly improved pedestrian safety and reduced the risk of road accidents in the busy commercial hub. For years, commuters at Dre and especially school children face daily challenge of crossing a major highway bustling with vehicles, tricycles and motorbikes. Aminata Bangura reports.
For years, commuters at Dre and especially school children face the daily challenge of crossing a major highway bustling with vehicles, tricycles and motorbikes. The area serves as a business hub for thousands of traders and commuters traveling between Freetown and its surrounding towns, making the road one of the busiest and most congested spots in the eastern part of Freetown. Previously, commuters crossing on the road faced risk from vehicles and motorbikes. Now, with police officers stationed to prevent people from crossing underneath the bridge, residents and commuters are making good use of the bridge. Bintu Sise, a passerby, expressed gratitude to the government for prioritizing public safety, especially for school children. She also said they no longer worry about vehicles or bikes when crossing. Alusain Bangua, an elderly resident, welcomed the initiative but admitted it was challenging for them as old people.
I am happy about the bridge because it makes us safe from vehicles and motorbikes. It is not easy for us as old people, but we are managing because it is for our safety.
Ishmael Bangura, a resident of Waterloo, said accidents at Dre have reduced since the overpass was introduced. He continued that before the bridge, accidents happened frequently at Dre, but now it is safer.
At first we were afraid. We take as a not stronger.
At first we were afraid the bridge was not strong, but now we use it without fear.
Now, 1, 2, 3 people are not believe us. We don't believe the things say is good.
The Dre overhead bridge has greatly improved safety for pedestrians and reduced accidents in the area. However, more support is needed for elderly and physically challenged people so that everyone can enjoy the benefits of these developments. SLBC News, Aminata Bangura reporting.
The current condition of Lumley and Aberdeen beaches has got young people taking up the venture to clean up the very tourist attraction site. The irregular deposit of plastic waste has made the beaches not too convenient for both local and foreign visitors. One of our interns, Francis Moyo, visited the scene and brings us this report read in the studio by Dennis Fraser.
Lumley Beach, one of Sierra Leone's most beautiful beaches, is now covered with plastic waste and some other dirt, making the beach to lose its natural attraction. The beach is one that has been admired by many tourists and also citizens, youth, traders, and other people spoke on its present situation. The chairlady for the Aberdeen Beach Fish Traders spoke on a long-time stay and their contribution towards cleaning the beach.
I don't dare for me, mama get me belly, tell them born me. I mean that they do business, papa be get boats now. So till papa don't die, myself I can't find myself back for do business here.
I have been here since I was born. For the cleaning, we are doing very well. But the water last night brought all the dirt because it does not keep waste. Whenever they come from the drainages, the sea will wash it to the shore.
Because the water now they preserve dirty inside. As they throw dirty in the gutter, they wake inside, and they come back na the shore.
Abubakar Kanu, a youth at the beach, said they are willing to clean the beach if the tools are provided for them. When people come here normally, they give us something willingly. We are guarding and keeping the area safe. All the drainages are connected to the sea, and that is contributing to the dirt on the beach. This is causing the tourists not to come around.
Everything.
For one Hamza Darami, the condition of the beach has improved more than before.
This beach is better than
it's now much better than before. The reason why the beach is covered with dirt is because of the rainy season. The water cannot hold the dirt, which is why the sea is bringing the plastic waste to the shore.
Every day and then you clean the beach.
The Public Relations Officer, National Tourist Board, Kai Bokari Saki, said they are working with other government agencies to keep the beach clean.
Length and breadth of travel, we have never seen tourism board handling waste management around the world. As I have just mentioned, our core functions. However, the Freetown City Council is there, the Environmental Protection Agency is there, the Ministry of Environment is also there. So among their portfolios, by the Statutory Act, it is categorically clear that most of their functions fall within these categories I've just mentioned.
Although efforts have been made to keep the beach clean, communities have crucial roles in preventing the unregulated deposit of waste on waterways that ends up emptying themselves into the ocean.
Now, away from that, the Deputy Director General of the Meteorological Agency, Gabriel Parker, has said poor land use, weak urban planning, inadequate infrastructure, informal settlement, and unplanned urbanization are among factors responsible for flash flood in the capital. This latest development has had negative effect on slum communities in Freetown. And Ayata Koka takes up the story.
For the past few months, the heavy rain has triggered widespread of flash flood in several communities across Sierra Leone, driving serious concern from residents at Skube. Unlike in the past when heavy rain hardly leads to flooding, today even the slightest rain often results in destruction. Deputy Director General of the Meteorological Agency, Gabriel Parker, said, aiming their effort to provide data and forecast, the challenges has been limited response by communities. He said weak urban planning and other factors had led to serious flash flood in several slum communities.
What is causing most of the flooding nowadays here, one of is rainfall, definitely is the precursor for the occurrence of flooding. But it's also due to the land and land use changes. Because now most often people are building, for example, in flood-prone areas, that is in swamp. Because swamp, these are areas that already have water, and in the side of meteorology, which we say it's like the water level is already up. So imagine you are now in a swampy area, and then so just few amount of rainfall, can cause a kind of a saturation. They have water on top, and then the second aspect that has to do with the land use change for the occurrence of flood is due to the way we do our buildings. Nowadays, people are even blocking, for example, drainage. Of course, drainage is for them to build their houses, and then houses are very clustered together. And then also, you know that we have paved area, because most area are already concrete, you know, so whatever rain comes stay on top. So that's the reason. So I would say, for example, it has been proven scientifically, it's because of the land use and land use changes that have caused most of the occurrence of flooding.
A local authority at Krube community, Chief Almami Kamara, appealed for government intervention, particularly the construction of bridges in flood-prone areas, while encouraging residents to stop dumping waste and to clean their community regularly.
How they do it? Because we say don't put flush in, nobody know for sweep dirty go to another water side we get them.
During the wet season, we mobilize our boys to clean the drainage and stop dumping waste, because that is what normally causes flooding in the area. Still, whenever the rains come, we face several challenges. We are appealing to the government to construct a bridge.
Another resident, Fode Brahma Kamara, said during the rain, their property got destroyed because water
the roads and sometimes enters our homes. Properties are destroyed and life becomes very hard. That is why now most of us are building well-structured houses, stronger and higher, so that we can avoid constant flooding.
Despite this struggle, community members remain resilient, noting that collaboration with government and local communities, the negative impact of flash flooding will be mitigated. And it's a Kolka reporting.
The second generation of the State of Democracy Assessment report by the National Commission for Democracy has called for a reduced influence of the executive over parliament and enhance the credibility of the media. The report aims at evaluating Sierra Leone's democratic journey since it returned to multi-party policies in 1996. Jonathan Turner witnessed the validation of the report at the Sierra Palms Hotel Aberdeen in our reports.
The assessment comes against a backdrop of 6 general elections since 1996, 5 national development plans, persistent poverty and inequality amidst resource wealth, political tension following the 2023 general elections, the August 10th and November 26 incidents, and 3 coup attempts in 3 decades. Despite these challenges, Sierra Leone continues to score high on Global Peace Index and remains known for its welcoming attitude. The report recommends a range of reforms, including strengthening of the Political Parties Regulation Commission (PPRC) to enforce campaign finance laws and promote national character in party leadership, enforcing the credibility of the media through national reports by Slbc, ensuring Parliament reduces executive influence and improves scrutiny, holding perpetrators of politically motivated violence accountable, and advancing civic education to counter ethnic and regional divisions.
Certain abuses or even violence is being let off the hook. So citizen trust of the Electoral Commission has declined. It's now that we are having, since we started, for example, tracking Afrobarometer, 2023, 2024, 2025 is the moment Sierra Leone is recording the lowest trust in the electoral system. We can go into that a bit more for us to see where are we recording trust, low trust in the electoral.
Various stakeholders described the reports as a critical reference document that will guide the country and even other states in strengthening democracy, human rights, and fundamental freedoms.
People of Sierra Leone, to the government of Sierra Leone, to see where the gaps are, where we need to have more input, and how we think we can make our democracy better. That we will not end up again in a tripartite situation. That we will not end up again for people not knowing their own rules when it comes to elections. Everybody here, every citizen in Sierra Leone has an input into our democracy.
Democracy assessment, most of the findings would have improved quite significantly, right? That is the real test.
of this investment. So we are very happy. We will continue to be around, and we will look forward to the possibility of working with NCD again, maybe 2 years down the line, to conduct a third generation state of democracy assessment in Sierra Leone. And at that time, we'll find out whether those initial findings that are threats to our democracy have improved.
The validation meeting marked a crucial step in finalizing the report, which will serve as both a mirror of Sierra Leone's democratic realities and a roadmap for reform. For SLBC News, Jonathan Turner reporting.
Now on court updates, the Principal Magistrate of Kenema Court Number 1, Mustafa Boyamaja, has committed a matter concerning a Nigerian man, Iwuchukwu Ebere Christian, to the High Court for allegedly caught with a white substance suspected to be cocaine. According to the magistrate, he was satisfied that the prosecution has led sufficient evidence to warrant a committal. Our court's reporter, Mohammed Koma, tells us more.
Joseph Stevens, a forensic analyst attached to the Transnational Organized Crime Unit (TOCU), testified that on 30th June 2025, Detective Inspector Alpha Stephen Toure submitted to him a laboratory request form together with 46 pallets of a white substance suspected to be cocaine, allegedly seized from the accused Iwuchukwu Ebere Christian. He stated that he conducted a laboratory analysis of the substance in the presence of the accused and later collected 2 pallets as samples for further analysis and examinations. At the laboratory, he carried out chemical analysis and microscopic crystal examination, which confirmed that the substance was positive for cocaine hydrochloride. The analysis was reduced into a report signed and dated 1st July 2025. The document was then produced as evidence in court. The accused person was being investigated by Magistrate Mustafa Boyamaja for collecting, transporting, and dealing in prohibited drugs. According to the charge sheet, the accused person, Mr. Ebere Christian, on Wednesday, 25th June 2025, at the Freetown International Airport, Lunge, collected and transported prohibited drugs without lawful authority. During the proceedings, the defense counsel cross-examined the witness, challenging the analysis and processes of the forensic analyst. The State Counsel, ABM Telo Kamara, submitted that the evidence presented was sufficient for the accused to stand trial at the High Court. In his ruling, Magistrate Mustafa Boyamaja agreed that he was satisfied that the prosecution had provided sufficient evidence linking the accused to the alleged cocaine. He observed that the forensic analyst, expert examinations, and exhibits tendered in court provided a strong basis for trial. The magistrate noted that despite the defense's cross-examination, the evidence remained credible and adequate. Accordingly, Magistrate Boyamaja committed the accused to the High Court for trial and ordered that the accused be remanded in custody pending the commencement of proceedings. For SLBC, Mohammed Kouma reporting.
Now on education, in an effort to strengthen basic education and promote a culture of reading, Tele-Reading Sierra Leone with the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education (NBSSC) and Code Canada has launched 34,700 books written by Sierra Leonean authors. The launch is part of the Teaching and Learning in Fragile Context project, which seeks to make learning materials more accessible and relevant to children across the country. Christina Kamara has more.
And basic education and also
The launch of the books drew representatives from the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, district officials, curriculum specialists, teachers, and other education stakeholders. The Education and Gender Programs Manager at Tall Reading Sierra Leone, Fatmata Bintu Kano,
explained that the project aims to provide 34,000 books to 40 primary schools nationwide, focusing on pupils from classes 1 to 6. She highlighted that the books were written by Sierra Leonean authors.
We are targeting Western Rural. Now we are targeting 10 schools in Western Rural and also 10 schools in Bukloko, 10 schools in Kenema, and 10 schools in Bukloko. So we've launched about 34,000 books for all the schools that we are targeting for the project. Looking at the midline assessment we just concluded, we found out that schools, they don't have learning materials. So the project has this objective of getting books for learners in the schools, despite we are targeting teachers who at the end of the day, we want to have the benefit of the people to have higher quality teaching.
As part of the project, teachers will receive special training sessions on how to use the books effectively in classrooms. It was stressed that strict monitoring systems will also be put in place to ensure that the books remain in school. The Deputy Minister, Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Emily Gogra, encouraged teachers, parents, and pupils to make the best use of the books. She stressed that reading should be part of daily life, and that the books will only have an impact if they were used properly in classrooms and at home.
Education is the cornerstone for development. It empowers individuals and strengthens communities. But however, education does not go with the required learning materials sometimes. Textbooks provide the core curriculum. We have the prescribed books in our basic education curriculum.
Other speakers praised the teamwork that went into writing the books, pointing out the contributions of both young and experienced Sierra Leonean writers. They emphasized the importance of producing original local content that reflects the culture, history, and identity of Sierra Leone. SLBC News are in Freetown. Christiana Kamari reporting.
Grave theft apparently done at night, involving assailants who remove iron rods and destroy graves in the process, has become alarming in recent times, particularly at cemeteries in Freetown, and Kisirod Cemetery is not an exception. The workers at one of Freetown's most popular burial sites told the SLBC that even though actions are being taken to remedy the situation, it remains the same. Our intern, Sierra Dauda, has been to the area and compiled this report read in the studio by Samataba.
Although there are rising incidents of grave thefts across cemeteries in Freetown, the identity of those responsible for this is still debatable among many citizens. Although many may be blaming people who pose as workers in cemeteries, workers at the Kisi Road Cemetery said grave theft is still one of their greatest challenges.
The last time we were bullied by a family of someone buried here. They even locked us up because they saw the grave broken into and accused us.
Last time they be buried under. So the people who then come, they mix them broke the slab.
The Kisi Road Cemetery clerk Ibrahim Fofana, known as Adidas, said they have not been able to apprehend or verify the identities of these assailants, whom he described as an iron team, because the thieves go for the iron rods used in concrete graves. Ibrahim protested that the public normally think the grave workers are responsible for these heinous incidents. He said outsiders should be blamed for this.
And you want them where them really come broke, slaps them for take away the iron rod for go sell. They call themselves Iron Team.
They call themselves Iron Team, and I was blessed to have caught 4 of them at around midnight.
I'm so blessed where I may catch up to 4 of them. The one for them now let's hour.
While this ongoing ransacking of dead resting places, workers at the Kisi Road Cemetery have emphasized the need for security to mitigate grave theft, which according to them is as a result of lack of proper security measures.
You're still watching news on the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation in Freetown. We continue with more stories. Pedestrians and motorists have raised concern about the sudden breakdown of the traffic lights at the Lumley roundabout close to Lumley Police Station. The public is concerned that the disruption could pose threats to drivers and increase risk to pedestrians. Well, from there, let's go over to international news.
Welcome to the international news. I am Aminata Fofana. Reform UK says it would offer payments to countries like Afghanistan as part of a plan to enable hundreds of thousands of migrants' deportations if it won power. Party leader Nigel Farage set out a 5-year plan to detain and deport all migrants who arrive in the UK without permission and suggested 600,000 people could be sent back over 5 years. The party says governments would give migrants the option to return voluntarily and offer them £2,500 for doing so as part of a carrot and stick approach. Reform UK said the bill would create a legal duty for the Home Security to remove illegal migrants and ban anyone who had been deported from re-entering the UK for life. Libya's Coast Guard fired upon a vessel belonging to a humanitarian group as it searched for a migrant boat in distress in the Mediterranean Sea. The attack, which took place the day before, appeared to be one of the most violent involving a European rescue ship and the Libyan Coast Guard, which receives training, equipment and funding from the European Union. The patrol boat used by the Libyan Coast Guard was a 2023 gift from Italy to Libya as part of the European Union support for border management program. The search and rescue coordinator on board, Angelo Selim, said to the Associated Press that while searching for a third migrant boat in distress, the Ocean Viking was approached by a Libyan patrol vessel in international waters. When they were very close, he said, they started shooting for 15 to 20 minutes. The disease arrived in the refugee camps hosting Sudanese civilians fleeing the conflicts in the country in July. 938 cases are so far suspected in Wadi province in eastern Chad. Experts and international organizations like the World Health Organization had warned of this scenario. A cholera outbreak, which has not let Sudan out of its grip since 2024, has arrived in neighboring Chad. According to a statement from the Health Ministry, at least 63 people died from the disease in Kwadi province in the country's east. Chad has recorded a total of 938 suspected cases in the area where the epidemic arrived last month, according to authorities. The country's health authorities have said that they would increase efforts for better hygiene and sanitation in the region to avoid a further spread of the disease. And in northeast Nigeria, women face some of the deadliest odds in the world when given birth. The region, already sacred by years of Boko Haram insurgency, now grapples with collapsing health systems, dwindling aid and growing insecurity, leaving mothers with little access to care. In Borno State, where Boko Haram militants continue attacks nearly daily, clinics have been destroyed, doctors are scarce, and many towns have become heavily militarized garrison towns. The humanitarian crisis has been worsened by the withdrawal of hundreds of millions of dollars in the U.S. foreign aid and the Nigerian government's decision to slash family planning budgets by 97% in 2025. Health workers warned that without urgent funding, the already dire situation will deteriorate further. That is the international news. Thanks for watching.
Thanks to Aminata Fofana for the international news. Let's now go over to business updates.
and welcome. This is Business Updates, the segment that brings you the latest on market issues and analysis on the economy. I am Cecilia Alice Sise. In this edition of Business Updates, as schools across Sierra Leone prepare to reopen, traders at Guyson State in Freetown, once a bustling hub for educational materials, with many schools now selling stationery and textbooks directly to parents, business at Guyson State has taken a serious hit. Suleiman Doumbouya filed in this report and read in the studio by Soyi Kamara.
Guyson State has long been the go-to place for parents to buy school materials like stationery and textbooks in the new academic year. But this season, the traders say things are different. The chairman for Sierra Leone Books Seller, James Kabia, said business was really slow.
Well, the book selling this year, of course, now the worst year this week we don't ever face it.
Before now, parents will come here to buy all their children's books. But now the schools are selling directly. We hardly make any sales. I'm pleading with the government to stop schools from selling books so that we can regain our livelihood.
Rebecca Misa said she preferred buying books from the school her child is going to because she was sure of buying the right books for the syllabus, even if the price was a little higher, as it saves her time. For the traders, however, this convenience for parents is cutting deep into their livelihoods. According to Alicia's Conte, they depend on these sales to take care of their families. Now, it is very difficult because parents are no longer coming to them. Instead, they buy from the school.
Customers enjoy the worst. The amount we can last.
The selling of books at various schools is really affecting our business. The schools will leave the book sale to us. If the government does not stop this practice, many of us will be forced out of the business.
As schools continue to handle their own book sales, traders at Guyson State are left struggling with uncertainty about their future. For many, the question now is whether Guyson State can maintain its long-standing reputation as the heart of school supplies in Freetown, or whether the shift to school-based sales will mark the end of an era.
And many thanks to Suleiman Doumbouya for that report. And that's all we can share in this edition of Business Updates on SLBC. Thanks for watching. I am Cecilia Alice Sise. Goodbye.
From the business updates, let's go over to our entertainment desk.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another entertainment update here at the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. I am yours truly, Maria Tudupri. Now let's get started. In our headlines today, it's all about a pageantry. Yes, you heard me right, it's all about pageantry. So first up, we spoke to Jamal Fatuma, who is no stranger to the beauty pageant industry because he has represented Sierra Leone internationally before, and this year he is going to represent us at Mr. International, hopefully. And next up, we have Marcella Momo, who is currently in Vietnam representing Sierra Leone for the second time at Miss Cosmo. Alright, so Jamal Fatuma, as I said, is no stranger to the pageant industry. He represented Sierra Leone last year at the Manhunt International and he made it all the way to top 20 and he was a crowd favorite, let me tell you. So today he sat with us on the entertainment desk to tell us more about this upcoming competition, which is the Mr. International competition, which will be held in Bangkok, Thailand, again for the second time for him. And he's told us all about his preparations and all the juice that he needs to tell us. So let's go and listen to him.
Well, we're working on it.
we're still working on it. You know how it is here in Sierra Leone to get support. It's not easy. And so we are actually pushing towards seeing how best other Sierra Leoneans who are passionate about pageantry, or who are passionate about Sierra Leone generally, because we're not just going there to represent ourselves, we're representing the nation, and we're actually giving our all, we're actually giving our best. You know, of course, it takes a lot to represent internationally. And so having such platform, you really need support from not just your family, but you need it from the whole country itself. So that's why I feel like other countries do go far internationally, because they have support, they have backing from people there. So we're still hoping towards people coming on board to support. So my message to every single Sierra Leonean out there, I just want to say thank you very much first for accepting me to represent Sierra Leone internationally. And of course, it's not my first time, but I mean, the planning and preparations for this one, I want to do it a very different way. We're actually coming with more maturity. We're actually with more experience, you know, so we'll be needing everybody's support out there, whether you're actually from the pageant industry, you're not from the pageant industries, companies out there, and you're in Sierra Leone and you feel like you love Sierra Leone, you want to support Sierra Leone. I will be presenting Sierra Leone from the 12th to the 26th of September in Bangkok. So please feel free to reach out to MMSL for your support. You know, we do need support, especially from you brands that are actually out, of course, the Korea. We do need your support as well, you know, with wares, and you know, if you can come in financially as well, we do appreciate it.
All right, that was Jamal Fatoma. So please, Sierra Leoneans, you know, gather up, let's support, let's rally behind our own so that we can see our own go as far as winning the crown of this international competition. So good luck, good luck, good luck. We know you can do it. Next up, we have Marcella Momo. Now, Marcella Momo is a Sierra Leonean living in the United States, Texas to be precise. She is a professional dancer. Yes, she is a professional dancer. Now, for the second time, she is representing Sierra Leone at Miss Cosmo. Last year, we know we were represented, and the lady who represented us last year did amazingly well. She went so far, and she was also a crowd favorite. Now, Marcella Momo, as I said, is currently in Vietnam, and she is having the time of her life, as she told us in this video, and we want to wish her all the best of luck. Let's take a look.
Saint Salon, Yunakushe, Imla Marcella Momo. I am your Miss Cosmos Sierra Leone. I'm so excited to be here in Vietnam for the first time, and I'm excited to experience the culture, the food, and overall the people. My welcoming has been very nice, and I can't wait to go back to Sierra Leone to share so much amazing stories.
All right. Good luck to Marcella Momo as the Miss Cosmo competition is ongoing, and good luck to Jamal Fatoma, who will be representing us come September at Mr. International in Thailand. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have in today's entertainment update. I have been yours truly, Maria Tudukuri, as always. Until next time, see you.
Many thanks to Maya Chidukuri for that entertainment news. Let's now find out the latest in sports.
Welcome along to the sporting updates that keeps you in the know. And by the way, my name is Abdul Kabia, and thank you so much for your time. Now we begin with the World Cup preparations regarding the national team Leosters. Well, they played against Eastern Lions, the champions of the 2024-2025 Leonor Premier League. In Kigali is buzzing right now with basketball youngsters who are into the basketball without borders training and had time to play. Well, NBA Africa is giving youngsters fresh hopes in Kigali in terms of basketball development. Experienced coaches, administrators, and ex-players alike are in Kigali, mentoring youngsters who one day take over the game. Well, this is a process of transition that will help young boys and girls to grow and excel in basketball. This development is something that NBA Africa is keen on promoting and also to help sustain in a bid to have the finest players on the continent and competing in the NBA and the WNBA for the women who are into basketball as well. Well, a time to play is a safe space for girls, and the BW, which is the basketball without border, is another opportunity for young boys and girls And that ends your update. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time.
Many thanks to our sports desk for that update, and that's all in this edition of News Hour on SLBC. Now to end the news with top stories again. The Sierra Leone Roads Authority (SLRA) has restricted the movement of heavy vehicles on the old railway line bridge in Brookfields. In a public notice, SLRA stated that the facility, which already in a deployable state, has deteriorated significantly, prompting immediate safety measures. The second generation of the State of Democracy Assessment report by the National Commission for Democracy has called for a reduced influence of the executive over parliament and enhance the credibility of the media. And the principal magistrate of Pademba Road, Court Number 1, Mustafa Brahmaja, has committed the matter concerning a Nigerian national, Iwuchukwu Ibere Christian, to the High Court for allegedly caught with a white substance suspected to be cocaine. Well, that's the end of the news from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation in Freetown. Thanks for watching, and do continue to stay tuned to your public broadcaster, the SLBC. More stories will pop up in our 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. editions of News Hour. Coming up next is Good Morning Sierra Leone. I am Cecilia Alisise. Goodbye and thanks for watching.
A place cannot produce poems. It can only not prevent them. And Freetown is good at that, for Freetown has its own sudden elegances. People are slow to leave it, quick to return. And there are others who come for a year or two and stay for a lifetime, sensing that they found a city that is in the world, yet sufficiently on the edge of it to have a different resonance.
Let me tell you something about this city. All of us, we're all just passing through, and we've all been here forever.
Those who came, those who stayed, those who never returned. Tides turn, seasons change. We've waited and we've watched. But we've always been here. We've always listened, because there is a different resonance here. It comes from the river, and the land, and the sky.
It's our place, all of us.
This city belongs to everyone.
And you know when it's your time.
And it's our time.
Listen, we are Freetown.
The golden rules of Freetown.
Don't pretend you're something that you're not.
Don't go thinking you're better than anyone else.
Or that anyone else is better than you.
Don't shout about it. Get on with it.
We are Freetown.
Freetown.
Freetown. Yeah.
We found our voice again.
I'm from India and Freetown.
I'm from China and Freetown.
I'm from the UK and Freetown.
I am from Nigeria and Freetown.
I am from home and Freetown.
This city belongs to everyone.
The fisherman,
the taxi driver,
the barber,
the drummers, the dancers.
All of us.
All of us. Everybody. We are Freetown.
The past is ours.
The future is ours. It's our time again.
And this city belongs to everyone.
The playwright,
the greengrocer,
the teacher,
the dog.
This space is ours.
This light is ours.
The beaches are ours.
The rivers now we own.
The roads are ours.
The bridges now we own.
We are Freetown.
We are all visitors and we've all been here forever.
We've got the mightiest river.
And the biggest sky.
And there's a resonance again.
Freetown. Freetown.
We are proud of this place.
We love this city.
And we want you to love it too.
We are proud of this place.
Now pass we all they pass like stranger them, but we all don't dare from them. Come here, and you'll feel it, that end of the line sense of freedom. Say yes to Freetown. Say yes to freedom.
In every city, every town, every village, a student dreams of success. A parent hopes. A teacher prepares. This is not just another program. This is the key to unlocking potential. Welcome to Learning R, an inspiring journey through English language and mathematics, designed for WASC candidates across Sierra Leone. Join us on the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation television. Expert teaching. Focused lessons, real preparation. No distractions, no excuses, just learning. Because when we learn, we grow. When we grow, we rise. Learning Hour. Powering your future.
We are the national broadcaster, and I am Sulaiman Baba Toure, a reporter and presenter at the SLBC. Your voice, my voice.
From the commercial department, I am Regina Bangura. You are watching SLBC. Your voice, my voice.
I am Jonathan Turner, a reporter for Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation, SLBC. As a reporter, I do stories on education, health, politics, and more. Stay glued with SLBC to watch my stories. Your voice, my voice.
Lucian Ganda, producer Wayus, and producer and presenter Christian Renditions on TV. This is the SLBC.
I am William Wise, presenter Wayus and also reporter at the SLBC, and this is the SLBC.
I am Salma Tabak, television executive producer. I produce programs on both radio and television. I'm a news anchor, a presenter, an announcer on radio. I enjoy what I do because I serve a public service broadcaster. It's a pleasure to work with the SLBC. I am Tilly Koma, Head of News and Current Affairs Unit, Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Our news hour now covers several segments. We have entertainment, business, weather, sports, ferry schedule, and human interest stories, not forgetting politics. We are doing all that to keep you people posted on what's happening all over the country. Thanks for being with us at SLBC. Keep blue. We are the best.
We don't run
Do you know the TV show that brings to you the decision makers who determine and shape the country's policies and programs? Bottom Line is the show to watch.
Well, join Asmi Uba as it brings to the table movers and shakers of society and policymakers whose decisions have direct impact on your lives.
Bottom Line comes up every Thursday at 7 p.m. on Slbc TV, channel 31 with Asmi Uba.
The Bottom Line on Slbc TV, the program you can't afford to miss on Slbc TV, channel 31. Join me now.
The show that touches every aspect of society as we leave no stone unturned.
It's Bottom Line, only on Slbc TV.